To many young people these days, it probably feels like it's ancient history that Korea broke free from the shackles of Japan's colonial rule. On this March 1st Movement Day, it's a good time to check where Seoul-Tokyo relations are. Kwon Soa looks into whether the pain from Japan's wartime atrocities remain or if things are moving in a more positive direction.
They enjoy each other's culture, like to travel to each other's countries, and are major trade partners. On the other side, historic and territorial disputes have been straining their relations for decades. The Korea-Japan relationship is still struggling today, decades after Japan's colonial rule over South Korea and beyond Korea's liberation from the neighboring country. That includes Japan's sexual enslavement of Korean women before and during World War II, as well as its attitude toward those crimes. On that front, hope for a breakthrough sprouted on December 28th last year.
It's been 2 months now since South Korea and Japan's landmark agreement on the so-called comfort women issue. But then why are demonstrations here in front of the Japanese embassy in Seoul on that matter still being held every Wednesday?
For one, many Korean citizens and victims, of which only 44 are alive today, do not accept the deal, saying it lacks sincerity.
There needs to be an apology based on precise historical consciousness from Japan, not one of mere diplomatic expression. I feel there is a lot of ambiguity.
However, the government said numerous times a renegotiation is not possible, but that it'll do its best with the remaining tasks, such as ensuring the transfer of the promised compensation of roughly $8.9 million from Japan through a South Korean foundation.
The establishment of the foundation is an important part of the implementation of the deal. Working-level talks with the Ministry of Gender Equality and Family are in process.
But experts say that despite the achievements between the two governments, there is more work to be done.
We all know that we have attempted many things to normalize our relationship with Japan, but it has been pretty much limited on the government level. But the people-to-people level is not really good yet.
Along with the step-by-step improvements in the political and diplomatic arena, we should expand our bilateral projects to boost economic cooperation. And during that process, anti-Korea and anti-Japan sentiment could be reduced.
That may take some time, though, as Japan's sincerity about improving relations with Korea is being questioned. Even after the December 28th deal, Japan submitted a denial to the UN, saying there was no evidence that its military forcibly detained women, and continues to lay claim to Korea's easternmost Dokdo Island. Kwon Soa, Arirang News.